Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we found some PIM particles lying around and used them to get Arena back to its normal size so that DauT, playing as the Vietnamese in blue, could take on Target, playing as the Turks in red. Now while the players wearing their winter jackets heard their herdables explore their immediate enclosed off surroundings and try to go up to Feudal, most likely Castle Age, as fast as possible, why don't we take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Vietnamese, an archer civilization that has access to two pretty damn cool unique archer units. To start with, the Rattan archer is the second fastest foot archer in the game and comes with a decent attack and a massive amount of pierce armor, making it very hard for other enemy archers to kill. Think Huskarl level armor. The second is their other unique unit, the Imperial Skirmisher, a better armored version of the already super cool Elite Skirmisher that comes with a higher attack bonus against foot archers and cav archers. Both of these units could potentially spell some trouble for our Turk. Now, if that's not enough range for you, all units that come out of the Vietnamese archery ranges do come with 20% more HP. Think Vikings with their infantry, for example. Now, to support their range units on the battlefield, the Vietnamese do get pretty cool elephants. They can be upgraded to get 100 extra HP, maxing out at 420 HP. And the Vietnamese also get conscription for free, which means they hit the ground running in terms of military production in Imperial Age. Now, to afford the cost of training these range units, these battle elephants, all Vietnamese technologies, I should say economic technologies, cost no wood and are researched twice as fast as normal. And their lumberjacks, these ladies and gentlemen, can be upgraded to generate a small amount of gold while they cut down their trees. Now, unlike other civilizations with features and bonuses designed to keep them safe from raiding, the Vietnamese do have a feature that allows them to raid more efficiently. Let's take a look at their line of sight. Take a look at the bottom of your screen at the minimap. Do you notice anything on the minimap? The Vietnamese start the game knowing exactly where their opponent is located. Now, whether or not that is a powerful feature in Arena, where generally, I mean, look at the map, not exactly a lot of guesswork as to where your opponent could be located, either on this side or on this side, but on open maps like Arabia, for example, it is a very useful feature, in my opinion. Now, speaking of the enemy of the Vietnamese, Target, playing as the Turks in red, a civilization built around their love of the boom boom. Their gunpowder units are created faster, have extra HP, come with cheaper technologies, and some of their gunpowder units can be upgraded to get extra range. Now, staying on the whole gunpowder brand, their unique unit is the Janissary, a more expensive but less accurate hand cannoneer with more HP, better attack, and more armor, but unlike a hand cannoneer, no attack bonus against infantry, although whether or not infantry is something we'll see out of our Vietnamese has yet to be seen. Now, to support these powerful but expensive units on the battlefield, the Turks can field some pretty decent supporting units of their own. Wild Boar does ultimately fall to no fewer than 11 villagers who attack it. Turkish scout line units do come with extra pierce armor. Their cav archers can be upgraded to get a 40% boost to their HP, and their scout line units can automatically upgrade from scouts to light cav to hussars when they reach castle and imperial, which does give them oh goodness, sorry. I got distracted by this villager, wondering where she's going until I realized there was a boar here. You guys know sometimes I do get distracted, and like I was about to say, what a beautiful tree, by the way. There's your Christmas tree. This free upgrade from Scout to Light Cav to Hussar does give the Turks access to top-of-the-line light cavalry raiding units the second they hit Castle and Imperial. Now, to be able to afford their gunpowder units, which are pretty damn gold-intensive, Turkish gold miners do work 20% faster. They get the chemistry upgrade free of charge. And what I just mentioned, where their scouts become light cav, become hussars, does save them 1,300 resources in total. These are the two civilizations, two civilizations that potentially can pack a pretty good punch. One with some cool archer units and very, very chunky elephants. One with just absolutely crazy, ridiculous, powerful gunpowder units. Although don't discount the Turkish Hussar. We have seen that Turkish Hussar do a lot of damage. Let's take a look at the bases. Generally in Arena, a few things you'd like to note. Where are the little nooks and expansions where the players can go into safely? For our Turk, it's to the right side of the base. Our Vietnamese has a little bit of a nook. We'll call it a cranny. And to the right, also one as well. So whereas our Turk has one big, long juicy expansion to the east of his base. DauT has one to the east and one to the west as well. That's the first thing you want to look for. The second thing you want to look for on Arena is where are the resources placed, to make sure none of them are placed near your starting wall, because otherwise that might be trouble if your enemy, for example, is an archer civilization that might be able to snipe some villagers as they get some gold or get some stone. Although it doesn't look like either player here has any exposed resources, and they've already collected their boars. I'm told in certain Elos, oh, I already missed the death of the scout. We'll have seen that in picture. Both players actually heading up to Feudal at the exact same time. It looks like our Turk might be a split second ahead. But as I was about to say, I'm told on some Elos, players try to snipe the boars of the other player, especially if the boars are near the wall. As we saw, the Turkish boar was here. Blue could have sent one villager forward, although I've never actually seen that happen. I'm told it's a thing in low to mid Elo games, but in the games that I've casted, doesn't really seem to be a thing at all. Both players 24 villager count. How much of the map did Blue explore before his scout died? This is not good at all. He explored one relic and one relic only. Meanwhile, our Turk, who in 16 seconds is still going to have a scout, but better attack, better line of sight, is going to be basically like a free range chicken, having 100% unopposed, unobstructed exploration of the map. Has already seen 4 relics and now discovers the 5th, or maybe he already saw the 5th and I just didn't notice on the minimap, but he has seen all 5 relics. He's got one pretty damn close to his base. And generally, I need to mention that we are playing on Arena, as we know, and there's usually a 3-part. It's usually a what's the word I'm looking for? Well, what's the word for 3 movies? The word just flew out of my head. And basically, there's 3 phases to the game. The first one, the players, as you can see, immediately hit Feudal, immediately rush up to Castle. Once they hit Castle, stage 2 begins, where I'm assuming we're going to get to see a few monasteries being placed and monks gathering these bad boys, a trilogy. That's what I'm looking for. And once all the relics are gathered, phase 2 of the game will end. And then phase 3 will begin, where the players either build Castle Age or hopefully Imperial Age armies that are just going to absolutely bash into each other and have a lot of fun watching it. Arena does lend itself in that respect to bigger battles than, for example, an open map where you can kind of poke and prod at your opponent from different angles. I mean, there's no way anyone's poking it anywhere near here, for example. So because the avenues of attack are narrow, because there's no high ground, because there's no anything really impeding big battles, and because there really is only one kind of arena, although there is a forward area of attack here and there's a bit of a side area, so maybe we'll see multiple fronts, but on the whole, generally you do see a one frontal war, to use that term, and so it does lend itself to some big battles. By the way, is this forest all the way up to the gate? No, it's not. Maybe here on the left, I see there is this one here. So this might be a very sour gate for green. I'm looking on the minimap. It does kind of look like this forest is located right in front of the gate, which means he has to go out to the right and not to the left. But Turkish, in a few seconds, are going to be light cavalry. There you go. Automatically convert to light cav. And all of a sudden, the scouts for our Vietnamese are in a serious amount of trouble. I say scouts. There's one scout on the map at the moment, and he is getting chased away. But he is happy to lead these 3 Turkish light cav, who, by the way, currently are slower than him, on a merry chase, as his friend over here is locating more and more relics. Monastery already up for our Vietnamese. Monastery just completed for our Turk. Although, oh no, our Turk needs 4 more gold. Send one of these villagers. Okay, he does send one of the villagers, or maybe he waited for the villager and immediately begins training a monk. But the first monk out for in the game will be out for our Vietnamese. Yeah, as usual, I am stuttering over my words, stumbling over them in excitement and anticipation. I mean, on paper, this is technically going to be a little bit of an uphill battle for red. His Elo is lower than DauT's targets, but not significantly lower. I mean, what is this, about 170 Elo points? That's not the end of the world. But I'm thinking of the 2 major things we usually see out of the Vietnamese. One is archer units, and 2 is elephants. The Turks do not have good trash units to counter that. A little bit of a loop-de-loop, and he catches the monk. Oh, okay, I'm talking about how Target's going to have an uphill battle. Meanwhile, he pulls a little ice skating maneuver, does a twirl, and gets that monk, and then immediately runs back home. Fantastic. But I was about to say, if our Vietnamese goes elephants, I mean, the Turks do have camels, but camels are pretty gold intensive. In terms of trash units, though, they don't even get pikemen. So they're stuck on spearmen, and if our Vietnamese goes ranged, the Turks are stuck on basic skirmishers. That being said, like I mentioned before, never discount, never count out the Turkish Hussar, who, with extra pierce armor, might do pretty damn well against the Vietnamese, and it looks like our Vietnamese will be the first one to get a relic as a wolf, a dire wolf, jumps into action. Okay, maybe Red's not going to let this happen. Maybe Red's not going to let it happen. Let's see. Dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. The sharks are circling. The monk is going to die. One attack. Second one needed. Okay. But he served his life's purpose, which is to bring the relic very, very close. And Target is just being an absolute beast with these light cavalry units. 2 monk snipes so far. And now it is he who is going to get the first relic. Yes, that word. Okay, maybe not. Never mind. It is our Vietnamese. I guess he dropped it off close enough. Yes, that was the word he and not me just squealing like a piglet. Conversion, the first one of the game. A spearman becomes Turkish. And the other spearman dies. Oh, but now it's DauT's turn to return the favor with his light cavalry. Man, stage 2 of the game, always fun to watch how these light cavalry units maneuver. I've said this before. As you guys know, I'm oftentimes a very broken record. There's just nothing you can do to protect against light cavalry in Castle Age when you're sniping monks. They're literally murder-suicide. No, Red gets gets the attack off first, but then loses a unit here. 2 units, rather. You just can't defend against these guys. They're just so maneuverable, and the monks move so slow. You can surround a monk with all the spearmen you want. The light cavalry will find a way. Jeff Goldblum style. And Red is just everywhere. I mean, look at the minimap. Oh, his monk is moving forward. He thinks there might be a relic here. Nuh-uh. Not anymore. There is a relic here, but the monk is already en route. We've got 2 relics for our Vietnamese. Who has the 4th relic? Who does have the 4th relic? The Vietnamese. So he's going to have 3 relics to 2, assuming this monk can make it home. More units are dying. Red is entering the base. Oh, look at that brilliant move out of Red. Not really a follow-up here, but the general rule is if you enter your opponent's base at this stage, you are not leaving. It's a one-way ticket as another monk dies. But keeping this gate open allows that army to escape. Now, did it escape? No, it ended up dying. So, a brilliant move in theory and practice. Oh my god, is it going to be a murder-suicide? No, Red yet again. Somehow his Hussar, not his Hussar, his light cavalry unit manages, and this is what I'm talking about. You can't stop light cavalry units. Oh no, you don't have to. He converted him. Okay. Oh, what the hell is this? This is a first. This is absolutely a first. What the hell is this monk doing here in the middle of the Vietnamese bases? Yet another Vietnamese monk perishes. Oh no, this could have been so much cooler. Now he's just gonna die to the love tap of the horse. It didn't even look like these light cavalry units attacked him. It kind of just looked like they bumped into him and he fell over and died. A sickly priest. That being said, Target's getting a good amount of vision here. Scouting. Is he going to see? He's seeing stables. He doesn't see a single archery range, which must make him very, very confused. Wondering what he's going to see. Let's see how many town centers. 1, 2, 3, 4 for our Vietnamese. 4 for our Turk, who will have his 4th up a little bit quicker than our Vietnamese. Villager count. He is also ahead 7 villager. Army count. Not really anything crazy at the moment. A 5th town center for our Vietnamese. So he is planning, DauT, a massive population boom. I wonder why. A lot of food going down. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at his, I was going to say, let's take a look at his mounted upgrades, mounted unit upgrades, but he doesn't even have bloodlines. I was suspecting perhaps a huge population of villagers is meant to support perhaps expensive units. such as the battle elephant, but I'm not seeing any mounted upgrades at the moment. Whether or not that is indicative of anything, or whether or not DauT is just saving some of his... Oh no, another monk. Saving some of his upgrades for later once he actually is resource rich. And now it's Blue's turn to see what the hell is going on inside of Red's base. What an interesting game so far. Both players pulling little fancy maneuvers, both players penetrating into each other's base. Looks like Target is building a bit of a block here. Doesn't really want these scout units to scout very much, but that doesn't really matter. DauT's not really interested, it looks like, into penetrating the base. So far, he's just fighting with other scout line units. And ladies and gentlemen, phase 2 of the game is over. Relic count in favor of our Vietnamese 3-2. Let's see what he's doing back home. A university in a well-placed location. I mean, why is DauT just here in the front? Why is he not scouting? Why is he not trying to see what's coming? Is there a castle? Is he going to face gunpowder units? Is his opponent just booming at the moment, which will allow him to feel even more comfortable when he booms? He used to be down 7 villagers. Now he's down 1 villager with that extra town center. And that is all she wrote for the vision. And that's all she wrote for the action. I'm going to zoom out. There's no more action out on the map. We have 0 army count to 0. Okay, never mind, to 2. And let's see what direction loom being gotten for our Vietnamese at the 28-minute mark of the game. More houses going up. He is no risk of getting housed. Take a look at Red, though. 90 out of 95, and I don't see any houses being constructed here. And that's exactly why he's housed. Although, does he really care? He's heading up to Imperial ahead of our Vietnamese. But Imperial to what end? Where is his light cab? We'll keep an eye on this guy. Okay, does he see? He saw the villagers moving out. He must know that it's for a castle, and he's going to lose the light cav. Oh, no. Okay, he has 2.5 minutes to train more light cavalry units, and the reason I'm basically willing him to do that is because I want to see them turn into hussars. You guys know how much I love to see these automatic kind of features. The Bulgarians with their militia line, the Turks with their scout line. All of these cool little features of Age of Empires is exactly why this game is so awesome. And so why the hell not see it in real time? Now, an interesting placement for a castle, a little bit further away from the gold. I'm not a fan of wedging it between these two forests, especially not this one, because there might be siege placed over here now, and that's going to be a bit difficult. And this castle doesn't really protect the gold, although maybe the goal is not to protect the gold and just to have a place where your opponent can run away to. Rattan archers en route, I should say archer singular. Another great car. Actually, you know what? Yesterday I mentioned about the cartoons that I like. Or the day before, like I said, all the days blend together nowadays. Archer is a pretty good adult cartoon as well. Although when you have to say adult cartoon, it kind of sounds sounds a little lame. Okay, Red is going to discover that there's gold mining here. What's he going to do? He's training Janissaries. So one player training Rattans, one player trading Janissaries. Let's see a big old unique battle here. One has a mobile scout unit. One has a scout structure out on the map. And here we go. This is why we love this game at the 31-minute mark. But forget this. I want to look at the light cav. Let's see them turn into hussars. There we go. And now we can peek back. Sorry, you know I have to do it. You know I have to do it. Blue is just getting vision all over the map. And yet again, Red somehow manages to take the better engage when it's a 1v1. But look at DauT's vision of this small arena of war. He is going to be able to see everything. I'm assuming once he's done this one, he might want to place one here. But here we go. The Rattans are out. They are fighting hussars with extra pierce armor, though. And the bombard cannon. So this is what I was mentioning in the beginning, where on paper, it kind of does seem like the Turk is at a disadvantage here just because of lack of trash. But if they can get their economy up and running, and up and running it is with 121 villagers, and they start getting out their powerful units, who cares about trash? We've got Chatras. He is going battle elephants. Both players firmly in Imperial Age outpost. Gets gouged off the face of the map. Where's this villager going? He's going backwards. I would have absolutely loved to see him go a little bit forwards, although it doesn't really need to now that he has scouting. I mean, again, look at Blue's vision. DauT just sees everything. Elite battle elephant en route. Okay, We're going Hussars against elite battle elephants. The momentum is firmly on the side of the Turk, who for a second there again was housed. He needs to figure that out. Okay, he does, with plopping down a bunch of housing here. I don't know that Hussars versus elephants are going to do well on a map like Arena, where, again, the field of battle is just so narrow and constricted. There's literally 1 or 2 avenues of attack. On an open map, oh, those Hussars would have a field day with raiding all over the Vietnamese base. But now, DauT is kind of safe. And so going battle elephants, 14 of them. Now they are missing blast furnace. That's the trade-off that the Vietnamese have to pay. 2 battle elephants get peeled off here. They are elite, no attack upgrades. 7 pierce armor means they're going to be pretty safe from the raiding up north there. Let's take a look at how they deal with these Hussars, and all those Hussars slaughtering the Rattans. But holy moly, out come how many battle elephants? 17, and they're still chasing the siege over here. 420 HP, second only to the Persian war elephant. This is the second chunkiest sentient unit in the game. And more of them are moving in. The Hussars are going to gouge out like they did up here, the eyes of the Vietnamese. So DauT's infrastructure is being taken out, but oh, wait a second. 8 monks. 8 monks for our Turk could be a huge problem for our Vietnamese. Remember, Vietnamese do not get heresy. Heresy is the upgrade where if somebody converts your unit, it dies. So that basically means every elephant that the Vietnamese trains could potentially become a Turkish elephant. Treb does fall. And this is exactly what's happening, and we know how Red has been taking these 1 versus 1 engagements here. 12 monks for our Turk. I apologize, I didn't even consider monk play. Although anytime you see elephants, monks should be atop your mind immediately, because they are just such a perfect counter to the elephant. Bombard cannonballs. Attack. I mean, I'm gonna zoom out. Blue's elephants are just absolutely everywhere. They're here to the south fighting what? 5 Hussars. They're here fighting a few more Hussars. But how many elephants? Our Turk has 4 elephants of his own converted. As a pack peels off to the left, they will get one of these bombard cannons. We'll see how many more they get, if any. At this point, if you're training Janissaries, which he's not, okay, I was gonna say just keep them in the castle at this point. What an absolute overwhelming elephant force, but more and more are getting converted. Let's see the faith on these monks. Okay, he's got 3 full faith monks, which means that's 3 more elephants added to the Turkish army. Our Turk has 7 all of a sudden elephants, but he's facing 33. Oh my goodness, what's attacking here? I mean, DauT is just putting on the aggression. This is absolutely insane. And this is, for example, a moment where Target would do well on an open map to follow Hera's game plan, which is, okay, you're pushing into me with elephants, I'm just going to raid the back of your base with 10 Hussars. Does get one of the Trebs, but the other Hussars melt. But on a map like this, you cannot do that. The elephants are moving into the forward position here. What is happening here? A couple of Rattans are trying to push away these Turkish gold miners. You need to starve the Turk of his gold. Villager count almost identical. Army count more than double for our Vietnamese. 41 elephants. More and more Hussars. Target, his upgrades for cavalry are pretty good. Okay, he's heading east. He wants to get rid of these Rattans, and get rid of them he will very easily with these Hussar units. This might be a situation where our Turk might want to start training some camels for their attack bonuses, but I mean, his infrastructure is just being destroyed. Why does he have relics in the forward position here? He does not. Never mind. I thought the flag on the siege workshop was a flag on the monastery there, but holy shit, what do you do here against this tide of slow moving death? I guess you keep converting. 5 elephants left for our Turk, going to be 6 any second now. What an absolute epic game so far. The elephants focusing on the gate, not realizing that there's some villagers here. The villagers here are still safe. The Hussars are gone, which means the Rattans are back. We are 42 minutes into the game. Our Turk has 5 elephants. Our Vietnamese has 45 elephants. And he's getting faith now. Oh, man. Our Turk is in some serious trouble. He's plopping down more monasteries. He's got to go monasteries. He's got 600 gold. He's got 7,000 wood. Sell some of your wood immediately. The Hussars come out. He is continuing to double down on these Hussars, saving his gold for monks instead of camels. Not a bad idea right now. You're being completely overrun, but 12 battle elephants for our Turk, 42. So our Turk's army is getting better, and it's pushing back the elephants on the left. What the actual hell is going on? But doesn't really matter. It is not really a pushback. It's a tactical retreat so that these 6 full health recruits can join the fight as DauT penetrates the guts of the base yet again. I made such a big stink about how Arena is a monodirectional battlefield with really not many areas to engage in, and now we've got battles raging across the entire map, but the elephants for our Turk are gone. One very cocky monk remains here. The Rattans are going to try to get got, but there's still so many battle elephants for our Turk. 6 battle elephants. DauT, though, not stopping. He's still at 44 elephants. He is at 180 population. Our Turk at 164. Our Turk has secured his right side, but his left, what will he do? Oh no, the gate is open. The bombards rush in. This silly, silly monk standing in the middle of this wave, this tidal wave of blue elephant death. And now he's getting upgrades for the rattan archers, maybe for the castle. I don't know what the armor upgrade is. The point of that is, yeah, red needs to get more monks, camels, something. He is trained. He's got 30 monks. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 30 monks on the field. There are 39 battle elephants. Why is he not using these monks? It looks like there's about 10 or 12 of them that have full faith. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. What are we seeing here? 19 battle elephants for our Turk. What an absolute amazing game. Holy shit. You see, my mind naturally went to counter units in terms of trash. And again, I do apologize for not mentioning the monks, but monks are OP at this point. 30 of them, and now he's getting a more of a meat shield with these Hussars. As long as these Hussars can stick around, he's going to be able to convert a lot more of these elephants. What are you down here? You are Hussars raiding. Looks like an elephant here, a converted elephant, did manage to take down what looks like perhaps an outpost. But firmly in the front, these monks have to be careful. Stop entering the kill zones. You are not Aztec monks with 100 HP. Okay, the players back off of each other for a quick second. And look at this. Our Vietnamese elephant count is down to 27. He's getting elite rattan archers as well. I'm assuming to snipe the monks, but why the rattan archer? Why not? Oh, because he doesn't have a lot of wood to build archery ranges. I was going to say, why not go for Imperial skirmishers? He has more castles than archery ranges, that's why. And he also has murder holes, which means that those Hussars are not going to last very long. But our Turk is pushing out yet again with 3 more bombard cannons. 12 range on them. The monks, 9 range on them. Why, oh why is he not researching block printing? Because the Turks do not have block printing, right? Uh-oh. I mean, this is amazing. Our Vietnamese is missing heresy, which means his elephants are up for grabs. Our Turk is missing block printing, which means his monks are up for grabs. Looks like the Rattans did manage to pick off 9 of those, or maybe fewer of the monks, but the monks are still here. What are they trying to convert? I mean, the Hussar meat shield is just absolutely epic. In come the reinforcements of our Turk. 50 minutes into the game. I still don't know who's going to win this. I mean, one player has 26 battle elephants, but that means nothing. The longer they fight, the more time in between battles, the more time these monks have to regain their faith, and they're wisely huffing it back to the safety of the gate. But what do you do with these rattan archers now? I mean, they're not going to be great against elephants at all, but they will be able to take out the monks. The monks nowhere close. Castle has fallen here to the right side. The Vietnamese castle, I should point out, as more and more hussars are raiding to the back. He is playing this map like Arabia is target. Why are you focusing on 2 random houses here with 20 hussars? Bring those hussars here. Rear end this army. Uh-oh. The monks. Okay, the monks are engaged. They need to get behind these gates. 1 falls. A 2nd falls. A 3rd falls. A 4th falls. And now the light cav have closed in for our Vietnamese as well. Oh, no. A disaster. 12 monks left. He's got no gold. He's training 5 monks, but they are on the retreat. They are not attacking elephants at the moment. I should say converting elephants at the moment. And DauT storms the Turkish gates yet again. All of the infrastructure in the forward position for our Turk is gone. The gate is gone, which means these elephants, these light cavalry, and the rattans are going to have absolute free reign over this Turkish base. 1 random light cavalry moving to the south. Not too sure what he wanted to accomplish, but oh, Target must have this very annoying sinking feeling in his chest that things are going to go real bad for him as these elephants just absolutely swarm into the middle portion of his base. And what the hell do you do? I guess you GG. Holy moly. Wow. Now that was a fun game. Come on. You've got 20 hussars here. Your base is being overrun. Oh, that's very unfortunate. And look at the villager count at the end. What, literally 1 villager apart. Army count, not terrible. I mean, 31 of it is hussars, which is not great. Where even are these 2 trebuchets? Okay, they're still here. They took down the castle, and instead of moving to take down some of this infrastructure, they're just kind of hanging out with these villagers as well. So right before the game ended, I mean, 769 gold is still enough to train a bunch of monks, but 12 idle villagers. I'm assuming it's these 12. Yeah. 0 idle for DauT. But what an absolute amazing game. I love to see Vietnamese war elephants. They're just 420 HP is ridiculous. And with that, he just storms. I was hoping against hope when we saw the 5th town center being placed here and just the farm everywhere that we were going to see the chunky boys. But you never know. You never actually, guaranteed to know what the players are thinking. They can always pivot at the blink of an eye, especially the Vietnamese. They can just pivot to archers just like he did with the rattans. So you never really know what you're going to get, even with the Turks. 123 battle elephants, 238 light cavalry units. Let's call them for the majority of the game hussars. Peak APM middle of the game, beginning middle. Peak APM for target a minute into the game. Very, very cool. Economy's almost identical. Amazing relic gold, about 1,000 difference. So not playing a huge role. Now, here we go. I mean, let's finish the economy. It looks like our Turk got more wood than anything else, and the rest of the resources did go to our Vietnamese, who has enough, more than 2 castles worth of extra stone. But I'm going to click the military tab. What do we think the conversions are? 60, 70, 50? I'm going to go with 50 to 70, just because I'm a bit of a risk averse. And I don't want to go 200 and then it's like 10. 50 to 70 is my guess. What's your guess? Keep the number in your head. How many conversions do we think happened here? Exactly 60. 60 out of 270 is more than 20% of the Vietnamese army converted. And most, if not all of that, was elephants. 1 conversion for our Vietnamese. That was what? The spearman? No, that was the Turk as well, right? That was the spearman that he converted. I'm not too sure what this 1 conversion is. But holy moly, 60 conversions out of 270 is pretty damn good. What's not good is more than double the kill count. Although at the end of the day, villager kills identical. 34 apiece, but look at that. 200 more kills for our Vietnamese. And is it any surprise? What the hell do you do against 6,400 and when fully healthy, 10,000 HP of battle elephant, even missing blast furnace? They attack on a 16, which is ridiculous. 46 kills for them. The rattans, the surviving ones, 8 kills, okay, not that great. But there was more of a mission of monk sniping than anything, and our Turk survives with one random monk who is behind this light cav, and yeah, it looks like the light cav is one stroke away from killing that monk as well. So Target does ultimately pay the price for trying to convert all these elephants, but holy shit, 30 monks taking on 45 battle elephants. That was about as epic as it could have been. And I think of the 60 conversions, I would say 55. I think he converted some Rattans. I think he converted a light cav at some point, and that one spearman down here somewhere, like somewhere here. But I would say 50 to 55 of those conversions were elephants, fully upgraded elite battle elephants. And for a moment there, our Turk had almost 20 of those elephants, but that was very mobile with them. He put a bunch of elephants here. He was sniping villagers over here. He was about as mobile as you can be with the Vietnamese. And with that army, that just absolute epic non-stop elephant production, our Turk didn't put a dent in the Vietnamese economy. Although I guess they kind of both put dents into each other's economy, 34 kills apiece, and ultimately they have the same villager count. What an absolute epic arena game. A little bit different than the one we saw yesterday on the ultra small map. But wow, DauT is victorious. Target tries to convert as many elephants as possible, does manage to get up to a count of 20, almost 20. I think it was like 18 or 19 at one point. But it ultimately proves fruitless as our Vietnamese just pushes out with a whole bunch of castles, a whole bunch of map vision with outposts and castles literally everywhere. And with the push that outdoes the monks, more elephants than monks, and then light cav and Rattans to snipe the monks, it is DauT who emerges victorious on this full adult-sized version of Arena, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.